So, something I've been reflecting on is the way that women can externalize their emotional fulfillment to men. And as the feminine, an intrinsic part of our being is that we have this deep emotional connection to ourselves and the world around us. But so often we are disconnected from this because the world that we're operating in hasn't taught us how to cultivate this emotional connection. And so we're getting into relationships with men and we're not fulfilled from the offset, and then we're wanting this man to be the source of all our emotional fulfillment. And so we're in this habit of still neglecting ourselves on an emotional level. And then when we don't feel fulfilled and we feel dissatisfied, we're projecting this onto the relationship. There's like a bit of dirt on my screen. There you go. And so we're projecting this problem onto the relationship. And this shows up as looking for reasons to not feel safe. Searching for problems, searching for reasons why this man is not doing good enough, why this man isn't genuine, why the relationship's not right. So we're constantly searching to find an answer as to why we don't feel satisfied. But so much of the time, you don't feel satisfied in the relationship because you're not satisfying yourself. You're externalizing this sense of aliveness and pleasure to the man. And because you're not sourcing it within, no matter what that man does, it will never ever feel like enough. It will never feel like enough. Or anything he does do, you'll get this kind of quick fix, but it won't sustain itself. And so the man on the receiving end of this is going to feel like, fuck, no matter what I do, she's never happy. It's never enough. I just can't seem to satisfy her. I can't seem to provide enough. And because such an intrinsic part of the masculine is to provide and please women, he feels like a failure. He feels like being with you is a game that he can't win. And so in that, the relationship breeds a lot of resentment and a lot of conflict. And you're never getting what you need because you're not giving it to yourself. You're crossing your own boundaries to be in this relationship. You're neglecting your needs because you're convinced that this relationship is the answer to your fulfillment. And it can't be. You cannot receive something you're not able to embody and source within yourself. And so anything your partner does will never quite meet the need. It may temporarily, but it will always go back to this void, this sense of not enoughness. And what we end up doing is emasculating our partners, wanting to take their life force and time and energy in order to make ourselves feel satisfied. So this shows up as blaming our partners for how we feel, wanting to take their freedom, becoming very needy and possessive, trying to control our partners because we're convincing ourselves that, if he could just do this thing, if this relationship could just be this way, then I would feel satisfied. And the problem is that you're not satisfied within yourself. So you're looking for all this evidence as a way to convince yourself that it's the relationship's fault, that it's the man's fault. Because that's what we do as egoic humans. We look for the problem outside of ourselves so that we don't have to look within, so that we can outsource the issue. And one of the ways that I've found to be an antidote for this is, as a woman, really knowing what you need every single day. So this could look like a ritual of self-care or self-love, where you're checking in with your body, you're igniting the feelings that you want to feel in the relationship. So if you want to feel safe, if you want to feel more desired, if you want to feel confident, great. What gives you those feelings in your body? Is it dance? Is it self-pleasure? Is it meditation? Is it exercise? Is it painting? Is it singing? What fills up your cup? What can you give yourself so that you can bring your full self to the relationship? So that you can actually be in appreciation of your partner, of the relationship for everything it is now, without needing to change anything. Because that need to change something, that feeling like it's not good enough, is actually a void within yourself that you're not looking at. And so you're making the relationship the problem. And in the meantime, you're pushing your partner away because he has this feeling of like, fuck, I just can't seem to make her feel good. And two ways this plays out is he will kind of pull back and shut down his heart, or he will puff up and defend himself. So it's so important that, if you're habitually in this state of, picking at things in the relationship, picking at your partner, not feeling satisfied, well, where are you not satisfying yourself? Where are you not filling up your cup so that you're living a life that turns you on and excites you outside of the relationship? Because the relationship cannot provide all of that for you. And if you try and make it provide all of it, you're going to come up against a lot of problems and conflict. You will energetically repel your partner. The more turned on and ignited and excited you are by your own life, the stronger your magnetism is. The more your partner wants to be around you because it feels really good to be around you. But when you're pissed off and irritated and dissatisfied because you're not looking after yourself, you're a place of conflict, of complaining, of neediness, of desperation, of lack. And it's repelling. So that's something I just wanted to share, and something that feels really true in my own personal experience right now as well. And while I'm here, I am in the midst of launching a 10-week mastermind for women. And this is a high-level mastermind for women who are committed to clearing and letting go of their relationship blocks, embodying their feminine power, taking full ownership and responsibility for their relationships and for themselves. So if you're a woman who finds that you are perpetually dissatisfied in your relationships, or you're perpetually feeling insecure, then there's some shit to look at, and we can clear it. And this space is going to be an intimate container of powerhouse women. Those are the women I'm calling in. Powerhouse women who are ready to embody their feminine power, create and attract soul-aligned relationships that are intimate, juicy, activating. Yeah, this is the biggest program I've ever done in terms of the criteria that I'm wanting in the women in this space. I want women who are so ready to let go of these victimhood identities, ready to let go of scarcity in their relationships. So if you're feeling the call, please send me a message. It's an application only process, so let me know if you would like to receive an application. Sending you so much love, and thank you for tuning in. I love you.